Greetings, welcome to another Deckard Games YouTube thing about showing things. This is a series of videos where I share with you the things that I've got in the last couple of months, and as always, diversity is the name of the game. We have retro and new, so without further ado, let's look at stuff. So as always, let's start with some hardware, and let's start with the good stuff. I got this Sound Blaster 16 from 1992 with a lovely Yamaha YMF chip, so some real OPL capabilities, and its model CT1740. This is an absolutely, it is just a classic. It has the volume rocker on the back and everything, so yeah. Maybe this will be put into use very soon on a project that I'm working on. So yeah, a classic original Sound Blaster 16 from 1992 to be used very soon, hopefully. Still with audio cards, but way newer than the Sound Blaster 16. I was gifted this Sound Blaster Audio Value. I think it's a value model. It is the model SB0570. It doesn't say on the back. Yeah, I think it's the value version of the Audio line. So yeah, this is good for a not so retro, but at the same time not so new build. So PCI, always handy to have, since PCI slots are disappearing. And yeah, an Audio value to the collection, always handy to have. I also got this lovely and magnificent Voodoo 3 3000 from 3DFX, an absolutely classic card. I love my 3DFX stuff. It is probably one of the brands that I'm most fond of. So yeah, I'm not showing it, I'm only showing a picture because it is currently in use. I'm testing it along with other hardware and stuff, so expect it to see very soon in a video, in a build video, maybe something like that. So yeah, again, a 3DFX Voodoo 3 3000, such a classic card, now in my collection and to be put into use. Moving along to graphics cards, I was gifted this Matrox Parhelia model PH A128R. I was never a Matrox kind of guy, but I was always fascinated by it. It was not cheap stuff back in the day. Matrox was never never had a big presence on the market, at least in my country. So yeah, I'm looking forward to do something with this. Let me know in the comment section below if you would like to see a video about this graphics card and the things that it can do and the things that it cannot do. So yeah, a classic branding, not a classic card. I don't really know much about Matrox, but the branding itself, it is a classic. About the card, I really don't know. So yeah, a Matrox Parhelia PH A128R. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know if you want to see a video about this thing and playing some games with it. So yeah, another gift to the channel. Still on cards, an expansion card, an ISA expansion card with some lovely IDE channels and a floppy disk drive channel, some parallel and serial at the back. Always handy for, this is a retro card, so always handy for a retro build, for a 486 machine and lower, even Pentium machines if your IDE channels crap out or something. So yeah, it is a classic card. I believe it's from Lucky Gold Star? No, UMC. This is from UMC. So yeah, an I/O card for your retro PC build. I also got this IBM Monitor, the IBM 5151, to go along with a very special computer. After the disaster with the first one, that arrived completely in pieces, looks like a Lego or stuff, but whatever. So yeah, I ordered a second one. This one came from Italy and it arrived in one piece. So yeah, it is a monochrome monitor, as you already know, and I'm trying to make a very special video, and this will be in that video. So yeah, IBM 5151, a classic monitor to go along with a classic IBM PC. Still on hardware, I was gifted by the same person, a very close friend, this lovely Microsoft Intellimouse PS2. It is a classic mouse from Microsoft, the Intellimouse series. But what makes this special for me, as you know, I'm from Portugal. It is a mouse that celebrates Expo 98, which occurred in Lisbon. So it has the Microsoft for Expo Lisbon 98 logo. And if you're Portuguese, you know how important this event was to the country. Not only letting people know about our country, but having foreign people coming over and visit and have an important event in our capital. So yeah, not only I enjoy the Intellimouse series, but to have a Microsoft Intellimouse that celebrates an Expo 98 which occurred in my country, it is absolutely special, and I'm very happy to have this in my collection, and I will be using this. The risk that the logo will start to disappear, it's real, but whatever, it is there. I'm going to use this. I don't want to put this on a shelf and just let it stay there. I'm going to use this mouse on my builds. You will see it in some of future videos. So yeah, a Microsoft Intellimouse celebrating an event that occurred in Portugal. I am very happy to have this one. Still on hardware, I got some memory. Yeah, SD-RAM memory from IBM, more from IBM. I will need these in the future. And some DIMMs, yeah, some Gold Star, or Lucky Gold Star, focus, you stupid thing, there you go. Some Lucky Gold Star memories, which now we know as LG. These are 1 megabyte each. And I have an upcoming video of a PC that I will probably put these for into use, and another one IBM video obviously that I will need these two. I don't really know if these work or not, but whatever. They were very cheap. So yeah, RAM. You can't have enough RAM to your retro build. So yeah, we have this lovely assortment of memories because you can't have too much memory. What about games? Yes, I always try to find some games, and let's start, of course, with some big box stuff and with some Grand Prix 4. A series by Geoff Cramon's, an absolute classic. I've already owned the small box version, which is something like this, more or less, and now I have the big box. It's not the best game by Geoff Cramon on the Grand Prix series. The Grand Prix 2 is on my top 10 favorite PC games of all time, but yeah, I love this series. It comes with the game on a lovely round piece of plastic, and this is falling off, there you go, and a tiny manual, which is better than nothing, black and white, but it covers all the nice stuff that you need to know, and also an addendum. This is your first day DLC. So yeah, and oh, this is the receipt. This is what I paid for it, €1.50, a fortune. Yeah, so complete in box. Geoff Cramon's Grand Prix 4. Again, I've already owned the small box version, but you know I love my big box stuff, so when I saw this, and by this price, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, Grand Prix 4 in my big box PC collection. Still on big box, we have something special. Sigil from Limited Run Games, the spiritual successor to Doom, or to the 4th episode of Doom, this being the 5th episode, called Sigil, made by the man himself, the legend Mr. John Romero, and it comes in this beautiful big box that, again, the physical version was only available through Limited Run Games. You had this, the standard version, and the Beast Edition or something, which is much larger and with lots of more stuff inside. Nevertheless, it is a beautiful box. I made a separate video about this and a review about the game itself, so if you want to check it out, please do. And it comes with the game on the lovely jewel case. This is not a game, this is the soundtrack by Buckethead. This game has some awesome music by this guy. So this is the soundtrack, and this is the game data on ACD. You also get the same game data on a dummy floppy. This is a USB drive with the game itself. And you get some stickers, one with the artwork, Baphomet, and the other from Mr. Romero Games. And you also get a card from Christopher Lavelle, the guy who designed the artwork on the game and on the cover, on the box, and whatnot. So yeah, if you like Doom, it is an eternal classic. It is one of the best games of all time. This is the unofficial 5th episode to Doom, Sigil. Again, it is free to download. You can check it out for free. The physical version was available through Limited Run Games, and to have and open a big box PC game in 2019, it is just surreal. And it had to be Doom. It had to be something to do with John Romero. So yeah, I am very happy to have this in my collection because of nostalgia, because of Doom, and because it's awesome. Still on big box stuff, I've also got Gabriel Knight 3, Blood of the Sacred, Blood of the Damned, the sequel to Gabriel Knight 2, obviously, which is the sequel to the first Gabriel Knight. I guess that makes sense. So Gabriel Knight 1, 2, and 3. And yeah, this is when adventure games started to transition to 3D. And as you can see on the cover, a thrilling 3D mystery adventure. And while the story is okay, the Gabriel Knight series has a cool story. Different stories on different games, of course, but it's all about religion and mythical things and whatnot. The graphics, they are not that great. Again, this was the transition to 3D, but yeah, I'm a Gabriel Knight fan, so whatever. I love my Gabriel Knight stuff, especially The Beast Within. And inside the box you get some bubble wrap that it's securing the game itself, which comes on some CDs. as one would expect. You also get a manual in there. If you're not happy with one manual only, you get the second and more substantial manual, which is awesome. And you also get the Gabriel Knight novel stuff, which is the prologue to the game, something like that. Yeah, it is a graphical novel that introduces you to the game. You also get your warranty stuff, who cares? So yeah, pretty well packed with lots of stuff. This is to prevent it from going around. So yeah, Gabriel Knight 3. Again, I already owned the first game, the floppy disk version, and the second game, The Beast Within, which has some of the best artwork on a box. And now Gabriel Knight 3, completing the Gabriel Knight trilogy in my collection, another big box PC game. Still on kind of hardware, not really hardware, whatever. I bought some brand new diskettes, 5¼ inch from Kodak. I was in need of some floppy disks, so yeah, double-sided, double density, not much to talk about it. They are diskettes, there you go, and they are very floppy. So yeah, some brand new 5¼ inch diskettes to be put into use. And while browsing for some diskettes on a pay what you want bin, I found this absolutely not legit floppy disk of Jill of the Jungle with some instructions. Someone made this custom label. So yeah, this is the shareware version, it's not the complete version, so no piracy here, don't judge me. And I don't know, I found it funny and I brought it home with me. It is Jill of the Jungle, it is the shareware version, and it comes on a gray floppy disk, so why not? Still on video games, but now on the NES, I bought Zenis, I don't really know how to spell this. It is that game right there. And it is a cool game. It is a action platformer with some shooter levels to it. So yeah, a cool game on the NES again. I think it's Zenis or something, published by Hudson Soft. Yeah, another game to my NES collection, and again, I've already played and I really enjoy this game. Don't know if it's well known or not. Yeah, don't really know, but yeah, I like it. Zenis on the NES, and if I'm mispronouncing the name, I am very sorry, but yeah, XEXYZ, maybe it's like that. Zenis on the NES. Still on the NES, a game by Konami, we have the Greatest 18 Holes by Jack Nicklaus. This is a golf game. You can tell that by the art on the label, not by the name itself. The name itself looks more like a pornographic movie or something. Jack Nicklaus, Greatest 18 Holes. So yeah, it is a golf game, not much to say about it. Another game on the NES to add to my collection, and that's it. A golf game by Konami that has a pornographic name. Still on 8-bits, but switching to Sega stuff. On the Master System, I've gotten Super Kickoff. I've already owned this game, but this is a alternative artwork on the cover, so I bought it anyway. It is not by far the best football or soccer, if you're in America, game on the Master System, but yeah, it is a cool game. Again, I bought it because it has a different cover than the other one that I own, so yeah, a football game on the Master System. It comes with the cartridge only. I rarely find games on the Master System with a manual. I really don't know why, but it is what it is. So yeah, Super Kickoff on the Master System to add to my collection. Still on the Master System, another sports game, and in the case, Great Basketball, that comes on the Mega cartridge. And by the title you know that it is a basketball game, which is great. And it is for 1 or 2 players, and it's a fun game. Again, not like the Kickoff, not the best basketball game on the system, and again, cartridge only. Not the best basketball game on the system, but it is a fun game to play. It has some nice colors, and the graphics are okay for Master System standards. Yeah, great basketball. Not that great of a game, but it should be called OK Basketball, because that's what it is. It is an OK game of basketball on the Master System, and it is now on my Master System collection. And now to some more modern stuff. I bought on the PlayStation 4 Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, a throwback to old school Castlevania games on the NES and on the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive, whatever. And again, it is a physical release by Limited Run Games, and there is not much to say about it. I did a unboxing on this, so if you want to check it out, please do. It is again a side-scroll action platformer, a throwback to the old Castlevania games, and I love my old Castlevania or my classic Castlevania stuff, so I had to grab Bloodstained Curse of the Moon on the PlayStation 4. Still on the PlayStation 4, I bought Silence, a adventure game. Very cool story on this game, very cool graphics, and I love my adventure games. It has that style of hand-drawn, cartoonish graphics or something like that, and I recommend this game to everyone. It is very, very cheap. You can find it everywhere for 10 euros or something like that, and it is a pretty cool game on the system. Not a very well-known game, I guess, but yeah, I grabbed it for the price. I didn't knew the game, I didn't know what to expect, so yeah, a pretty good surprise. Silence on the PlayStation 4, a very cool adventure game on the system. Still on the PlayStation 4, I've also gotten Trials Fusion, a classic game. I consider it a classic. Everybody knows Trials Fusion. It is a very cool game. It started as an indie title, and then it caught up, and Ubisoft published it and whatnot. It comes with the game itself, and look, a tiny manual on a PlayStation 4. This is something new, and it was a surprise. I almost fell when I saw a tiny manual on a standard PlayStation 4 game. It is rare nowadays. So Trials Fusion, this is not a simulation game. You have to do your stunts and stuff. It has some pretty cool graphics. It is available on other platforms, so not much to say about it. Trials Fusion on the PlayStation 4. For me, it is a classic because a lot of people enjoy this game, and it is not that new. It didn't start on the PlayStation and whatever. So yeah, Trials Fusion on the PlayStation 4, now in my PlayStation 4 collection, which makes sense since this is a PlayStation 4 game. And last but not least, on the PlayStation 4, Mortal Kombat XL. I know Mortal Kombat 11 is already out, but that is the reason why I bought this, because every time a new version of the game comes out, the previous one drops in price, and not being big Mortal Kombat kind of guy. I appreciate the game. So since the price came down because Mortal Kombat 11 was released, I bought Mortal Kombat 10 on the cheap, and it was practically given, so whatever. Yeah, it comes with the game with the lovely Mortal Kombat logo, and it is the XL version with some additional characters like Jason Voorhees and something. So yeah, classic game, Mortal Kombat XL. I bought it on the cheap. That's what I do with games like this. A new version comes out and I buy the previous one because I enjoy it, but I'm not that much into this kind of game. So yeah, Mortal Kombat XL on the PlayStation 4, now in my collection. And these are the games and hardware that I've got in the last couple of months. I try to show everything, but not always is it possible because some are already in use and others are kind of surprises. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this video because I enjoy sharing things with you. Remember that you can also follow me on social media for more games and hardware related things. Leave a like in this video and consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, thank you very much for watching this. Until my next video, take care.